I can't believe it's come to this. It's my job to pleasure a girl, but I never thought it'd be happening so soon. Oh man, I gotta think. What would All Might say?
This is a flashback, Deku.
He's right. Villains don't wait for you, so nothing else should either. The only thing standing in the way of me right now is myself. I can do this. Imagine the egg in the microwave. Here it comes.
I remember when I used one for all on a girl the first time. They never did find all the pieces. That stuff sticks with you, young Midoriya.
In My Hero Academia, you're the anime to turn zeros into heroes, give some all-purpose fan service, and explore just what it takes to be a hero. MHA is a show done about Cape Shiz if Cape Shiz was done by Japan. Follow Deku on his journey to reunite with the Happy Mask Salesman to wait, no, that's not. If you're feeling pretentious, you can call it Boku no Hero Academia-chan, even if you're American, because whatever. And tell people that it's got an amazing cast of cinnamon buns that are all amazing, but that you don't get to learn about unless they are Deku Scrub, Anti-Hero, Sonic T Hedgehog, Bodysuit, America, or Frog Fap. But you still get to hear about them once in a while in this magical world where superpowers showed up, and they're called quirks, cause that's quirky. My Boko Academia does a great job of disguising bad and horribly cliche characters as good. Watch as Garbage Man beats everyone ever with zero issues or struggles and behaves like trash for 2 seasons before finally having a challenge against the #1 hero and being like, oh, I guess I'm bad, and then start to wise up, cause that's fun. If I stab you for several hours and then I'm like, oh wait, no, this is bad, I am instantly labeled as the best character in the anime of life because I grew. It's pretty funny he's so well loved by the community, because I can almost guarantee if he was a real person, he'd be hated online, seeing as how he sends non-stop death threats, tells people to kill themselves, and just bullies non-stop because of his ego. He's the exact type of person social media complains about in games and stuff, but I guess he gets a pass because he's hot. Fire pun. But for everyone who isn't a fangirl, bi, gay, lacking in self-esteem, or anything other than a straight male, you can put your focus on a frog fap. She'll have the power of a frog, which means sloppy beaches, which is hot. But hey, she's kinda awkward, so that's relatable to the awkwards who watch this, and has no known weaknesses, which is... okay? She's a frog! What? Why is that top tier? If I ask people to give me 5 reasons she's good, I always get she's cute, she's awkward, she's competent, cute, When Mary Sue characters aren't on the screen, you get to follow the main character Deku's journey. He starts as bad, but studies hard and gets slightly less bad. And right when you're getting tired of him being bad, he becomes mediocre. Which is much better than 90% of animes, which either start as OP or transition from useless to OP with the flick of a switch. You also get to see how his power fluctuates. 5% at one moment, being enough to shatter a glacier and release a shockwave too, and then later just knocks a dude with no physical superpower backwards. TLDR, Mr. America is messed up because of bad guys, so he recruits Deku into the army by feeding him his hair. This gives him access to the OP gene, but not right away because his body needs to level up before he can access his skill tree. The best part about My Hero Academia is that I never have to wonder about the world because nothing changes. Despite the quirks being global, all we ever do is check out Japan. They mention how the quirks literally just showed up one day and they kinda had to deal with it, and then we're just in it. You're either quirkless, a villain, or a hero. One thing will happen in a season, and then it'll be done until the second half of the next season, but the show will constantly remind you of what exactly has happened by having non-stop flashbacks. But there isn't much to really focus on since literally the only threat is the League of Villains, who just mope and complain for half the show before having a 2 to 3 episode arc. When we're not focused on them, we're focused on Class A, which houses our heroes. Watch as they excel and watch as the background characters provide comedic relief and tell them how much they excel. Fun game. What's this dude's name? Hero Academia does have a wonderful cast and lots of actually competent women that you never get to see because in every major fight, they just sit back while the men do the work, or beat them without trying, or tell them how to be good. Quality. However, the anime does do a fantastic job on its fight scenes, and the voice actors are all extremely entertaining, each one having a good range of emotions and passions behind their deliveries. It has lots of good themes about overcoming weaknesses and the struggle of those who have to study and work harder for things rather than just being born with natural talent. It mostly resonates with the creative types for that reason. But without drawing from deeper meanings, the show does provide plenty of entertainment. There are a large amount of comedic scenes or even just small nudges that'll get you to chuckle. The art style, whereas it is anime, does have a cool quirkiness to it that helps it stand out and make it more enjoyable to watch. The pacing could stand to be a little bit better, but when you do get into the thick of it, the show can get pretty intense. One of my favorite scenes is when the hero killer, one of the really great characters in the show, intimidates all the heroes. Just the animation and audio of the scene alongside the voice actor's delivery actually felt intense. It was intimidating on its own. It's always a treat to feel similar emotions that the characters in the anime are feeling instead of just kind of being an outside person looking in. One of my other favorite scenes was the fight between Deku and Icy Hot. Just a great matchup, even if it's a bit cliche. The man born into greatness and the man having to work for it. During the fight, you learn that Mr. Grey actually had a pretty janked up childhood, like the type where everyone's getting abused except Big Papa Smoke, not Coolio. Todoroki refuses to use half of his power that he inherited from his Papa-chan, and Deku becomes more fixated on helping him rather than winning the fight. Through some more shouts and flashbacks, Todoroki finally gives in and brings the heat with this super neato shot. I'm a sucker for fire and ice, always have been. But what's pretty neato is after he uses it, he doesn't just go, alright, let's rock, and never struggle with it again. He still takes time to get used to it. Sure, some characters are tropes, but they are tropes done well. I do think Bakugo and Sue are weaker characters, but they are still very entertaining, and honestly not bad, just not as amazing or revolutionary as everyone wants you to believe. But others like Midoriya, it's nice to see a main character struggle. It's pretty heartwarming when he receives praise and his eyes sparkle or he starts bawling. The show inspires you to do your best and to be proud of your quirks and what it is that makes you unique, which is a good lesson rather than most animes being like, be the chosen one or you're useless. I haven't fully read the manga, but I've been told it picks up and dives into some of the background characters a bit more, which is nice, cause I mean, come on, why is there not more focus on Majin boobs over here? But at the same time, you have Diaper Boy, who might be the most universally hated character I've ever seen in a show. Nobody likes him, even wikis or whatever have him listed as awful. His whole shtick is a pervert trope, and that's literally it. His power's not even good. As always though, despite the complaints, it's still a very entertaining show in its entirety. I'm not the biggest anime nerd, but this has definitely been one to keep my interest. I hope the following seasons and whatever expand on the universe they're creating, and they take the focus away from some characters in exchange for others. But according to everyone that yells at me when I say Bakugo ain't my cup of tea, looks like we're gonna get pretty focused on him. Even if that's the case, I'm sure the show will still have plenty of moments to fill me with determination and inspire me to do the best I can. Show peeps that with some hard work, you can be great at whatever it is you want to do.